My mom always said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get.
Hey folks, guess where I'm at again? Oh, you can see the lake? You can see the sunshine dancing off the ripples? Yes, as can I. Well, at least in the mirror. I like to point it this way so that you can take advantage of looking out over the lake as I'm talking about one thing or another. Who knows what I'll talk about, right? Get my Diet Dew going. Oh, goodness. What a day. Oofda. So, over the weekend, I was having a discussion with one of my Facebook friends who lives in New Jersey. And a decent enough fellow. He and I talk a lot about religion. He's very Catholic. And good for him. And but it's interesting, sometimes he'll post things, and of course I've got to reach out and say, yeah, not so much. It's not that I'm trying to correct him per se. It's just he takes so many things that are doctrine and dogma, and even just something that somebody might say. And as long as it has a positive spin, connecting up to what he believes, or should I say, what he wants to believe, he grabs a hold of that thing and he runs with it. And I'm like, okay, I mean, I understand. Makes sense, right? We all have that tendency. And it's not a bad thing. It helps us solidify, helps us to kind of know what it is we believe, why we believe it, and of course, develop that ability to defend it. My three maxims, right? But you got to remember, when you do that, you got to make sure that you're not just buying into the dogma. So, one of the quotes out there that always gets me is by Nietzsche. And he says, "You have your way, I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, the only way, it does not exist." And I'm there. That is kind of one of those foundational things that you can either accept or deny, but it's going to be true no matter who you are. And that's a good thing, right? It's a good thing that there's many ways, because otherwise, excuse me, piece of granola stuck in my teeth. Isn't that terrible? Anyway, like I said, if there isn't that possibility, then we're living in an oppressive society that most folks wouldn't be able to exist in. They would feel downtrodden. They'd feel like they weren't being heard. And my friend is, as I mentioned before, very Catholic. And I've got nothing but praise for him for being so. It's just that you can't allow for or permit yourself, I should say, really, to follow things without question because somebody in authority has said that they were so. And it's interesting because the thing we were talking about is, he posted a meme online that said that the church, the Catholic Church, Catholic meaning universal or unified church, pre-existed the Gospels. And, well, of course, that's just not true. But he wants to fight vehemently that has to be the case. And, he would quote different little snippets of scripture that were taken out of context, and he would quote saints who said one thing or another, all of which really easily disproven. But what do you do when you're in that kind of a predicament? I know I've been there many times where something that I have felt was an absolute, it turns out that it had some foundational basis, but it certainly wasn't indicative of all the facts. You got to analyze. You got to kind of back up. Take a broader view. Rescope yourself. And then come back at it with a better explained truth. If you can't, well, then you got a problem with critical thinking. So I guess that's where I'd go first. Start working on those critical thinking skills and get them up to speed. Anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Anyway, I'll chat with you later. Bye.